Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. For those of you that were in the class this week, hope you guys had a lot of fun. That was a blast. So let's take a quick look here for our weekend update. I just did a fairly extensive premium video, so if you're a member, a gold member, silver member for simpler options, be sure to take a look at that. For NDX, we are sitting here chop, 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 chop sideways. And we're in an interesting phase here because we got a skew at 146, and that's pointing to a short-term top in the market. But everything that you look at is pretty bullish in terms of the structure. And for example, we're only 2 dots into a weekly squeeze here. Now look, we could easily sell off back to the mean. Right now it's 48.53, and that would be a scary, you know, almost close to 200-point drop if that happened. But the fact of the matter is that there are still a lot of people that are kind of stuck short this market. So next week will be fascinating. Today, of course, we had monthly expiration. We had inauguration. There was things like Apple pinning exactly at 120. Okay, so very, very much the monthly shenanigans going on there. You had some positive earnings by stocks like Skyworks, had a big move up there, SWKS. And from there, you had some movement here and there around the dollar, where the dollar continues to vacillate back and forth. And so the question is that as we go into next week, what are the trades that look most interesting? And I like the stuff here that's got high short interest. I mean, IRBT, this is one that we picked up in the class. You got a squeeze here. You're near 52-week highs, and you got high short interest. This is the kind of thing where, the market here looks kind of crazy, right? Gosh, is the market here, with the skew this high, is the market going to roll over? Or is it going to rally? Well, regardless, IRBT and stocks in that same vein, i.e. high short interest, near new highs, they're just going to do their own thing. Okay, they're not moving up dependent on an upward stock market. They're not going to, they're doing their own thing. They're in their own trajectory. So that's the kind of thing that I like in this kind of a market where it's getting some exposure to the market itself, right? But at the same time, looking at specific situations and specific stocks that can kind of buck the trend and do their own thing. Okay, so that's one that I like there. And then of course the other one here was Shopify. Now this one's a little extended here, so I'm holding this for a longer term kind of a move based on a weekly squeeze that just triggered. And certainly would be open to adding to this position on pullbacks. All right, so that's what I got. As we go into next week, the big thing to watch, of course, in the spider is that we do have a daily squeeze. We are very bullish here in terms of a pattern. You could even argue that you got a weak head and shoulders reversal pointing up here. The question is that is the skew going to throw a wrench into that? But at this point, I'm looking for continued higher trends until it doesn't work. I think it's good to have a few hedges in place, and then we go from there. All right? Alrighty then. Well, that's what I got. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you at the next update.